Hi guys, it's from Australia. I just thought I'd come on live and do a few readings. Please excuse my dog in the background if he barks. It's Broken Hill, Australia. It's a little bit rainy outside. Lovely day. So I'll wait till some people come into the room. I had a lady ask me on Instagram, I've also got an account in there if anyone wanted to have a look, who was asking me, you know, how I received my guidance. So I just, of course, as a child I had psychic experiences, I had this knowing. How you going, Bunny Jerky? Anyway, so I had knowingness as a child, you know, figured out where mum put things, that sort of thing, would pick up certain things that was way before my time, if you know what I mean. But I sort of didn't really think about it much until I was in my 20s. You know, you'd have certain experiences, but you didn't know what they were. And then probably in my 20s, I suppose I experienced a few ghosty things. And then when I was in my 30s, I really started to experience psychic or paranormal experiences. I actually had a house that I bought that had 3 ghosts in it. So 2 were not very nice and 1 was okay, protecting my daughters and I from the other 2. So sort of from there, I had the house cleared. I went to a spiritual shop and said, look, you probably think I'm crazy, but can you come and check my house out? So they did, and removed, you know, these 2 negative angels, well, beings, whatever, people. I presume the other one just went. He wasn't a problem, but he was there protecting me. But I literally could feel myself, I didn't know I was a medium, and I could feel myself change from room to room, like as they came into me. So, you know, that was sort of a weird experience, because at the time I just thought, oh, I feel different, but I don't understand what's happened to me. So I would, you know, one night I got into bed and I could feel this energy, you know, spooning behind me, and I jumped straight out of the bed, and, you know, this is when I went and got someone to have a look at the house. But that was the man who was protecting me from these other 2 female spirits. But anyway, you know, basically I could feel them come into me. So then I went and sort of got someone to clear the house, and I met someone who became my teacher for quite a few years, who was actually a sister in a past life. So we had worked together before. So yeah, so basically that put me on the track, right, to figure out what I had actually been experiencing. So of course, people like Betty Shine. Hello Shannon, how you going? Betty Shine was a fantastic English medium / healer, and I read her books. I actually wrote to her also. Of course, I read the Louise Hayes stuff. Anything I could get my hands on, I would find that I'd be led to things that were sort of, how can I put, validating experiences I had. So that was interesting. And sort of I was sort of the sort of person that just didn't believe something unless it actually happened to me. So, you know, joined spiritual groups, whatever you're led to, but naturally everything you're led to isn't always something that's worth, you know, going to. But, you know, just gave me an idea of what was out there. You know, if it doesn't resonate with your energy, don't stay, you know, because there are different vibrational levels for different, you know, healers and readers and whatever, and usually whatever you feel comfortable with, that's a sign that that's right for you. So lots of reading, you know, any sorts of documentaries or shows on this sort of, you know, paranormal, mediumship, all of that sort of stuff. I just love all that stuff. Actual teachers, so you'll come across people who are really put, well, I suppose we choose what we go through before we come here, but when you do meet these special teachers, you know, because they can help you with things that no one else can, you know. So I had a couple of those along the way. Yeah, just look into what healing modalities are out there, you know, dreams. I often get so much information given to me in dreams. Hello Nancy, how you going? Yeah, so dreams, I've tried automatic writing, you know, which it's funny because I used to write poetry, and when I look back, really, it was channeling, you know. At the time I didn't realise, but, you know. Hello Empath. Hi Jessica. Hey Alison. Okay, well, so So also, you know, synchronistic meetings, things like that, I'd be guided to go to certain places. Like I started to realise I had a thought form in my head. So when you pick up on that thought form and you know it's not from your own conscious thought, then that you realise that's channeling. So, and of course you've got to check it out, because as my first teacher used to say, it could be, you know, if you're a medium, you're open to anyone, so you've got to check out where the information comes from. So of course there was that sort of thing, and I'd be guided to go here, there or whatever, and there'd always be some reason that would become apparent, you know, at the end of it, and I'd go, oh, that's why I've been told to go here, you know. So courses, you know, Reiki courses, things like that I tried. Well, I got, you know, attunements, that type of thing. But, you know, there were paranormal sorts of things along the way, and like I said, dreams and stuff like that, but it's very interesting, you know. I'm an empath, and I started getting sick at the age of 5, so what I believe is I would pick up all the negative energy around me, suck it in. I literally wouldn't be able to eat at night. I'd literally throw up, get rid of that energy, and I'd be right for the next day. So, you know, hi Dove Marie, how you going, love? Yeah, so from the age of 5, I was actually, how can I put it, picking up the negative energy around me and getting rid of it, if you like. And that stuck with me forever. So I've had a lot of health issues in my life. How am I doing? I've actually had a couple of days of really bad pain. I had my birthday on Sunday, so I'm the big 5-5 now. 5 is my favourite number, so I'm 55. Yeah, and my daughter, who lives 4 hours away, who's got a really, you know, a job she can't get away from, tricked me and came to visit me with 2 twins she's fostering at the moment. So that was the best present in the world. So thank you, darling. Happy birthday. Yeah, so I was literally in shock when she rocked in the front door. But yeah, besotted by the babies. They're 7-month-old, a little boy and a little girl, so they're absolutely gorgeous. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying to begin with, regards to the journey that, you know, I've followed, like I said, it's sort of been, you know, it's sort of grown as I've gone along, which it does for everybody. You know, you look for synchronistic meetings, if you're drawn to certain reading material, documentaries, videos, healers, whatever, just, you know, just follow your gut and guidance, and that's the way I've gone, and I've been told at different times, okay, we'll get you to do this sort of work, or get you to do that sort of work. You know, I've done group healing work, absent healing, I did clearing past lives for years, helping people over, all that sort of stuff, you know, readings here and there if I was guided. Everything I did for 20 years was basically free, just guided by spirit. So I've only sort of had my own room at home for the last 3 years, so, and I just feel like that's winding down, because I think I might be moving soon, so this is, I've just got on here now, so I've just started to put myself in that way. So thank you everyone for the happy birthdays. I think I was picking up my sister who wasn't well, and my mum, and here's me doubling over in pain thinking, what the hell? But anyway, so, you know, feeling a little bit better now. So, okay, so we shall start. So, yes, Empath Chris, you'd like a reading? I sure can. So I'll start off, you know, if you'd like a reading, just put yes, please, and your name, which is easier than saying all the blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'll just do, Chris, your reading first, and yes, if you do have, thanks, Shannon, if you do have a question, I'm open to that as well. If I've got an answer or an example, I can give you that, but yeah, okay, so back to the reading. Okay, so we have... Okay, so it starts off with the 9 of Swords. So this is something that is being said that you don't want to listen to, or some information that you don't want to hear, which, you know, we all get that. The next card's the Death card. So it doesn't necessarily mean a physical death. It's something is ending. You have family and friends around sort of offering you support, but there is something that's ending and a brighter future ahead. You're at a crossroads now, so it's time to choose the next step. Also, it's asking you to bring down the elements of your psychic self and marry that off with your, you know, psychological self. So take more notice of your gut instincts. The Hope card comes up next with, once the pain's out, you can move forward. There's a vulnerable feeling and loss of emotion, but your guardian angel is standing right beside you. There'll be some sort of offer, whether it's a job or something. There's someone higher that's offering you something and you're not sure if you want to take it or not. And once again, whether this is a job or a home situation or just in your family, you know, people are talking around you and you're just not invested emotionally at the moment. So you're just feeling a bit dissatisfied. Now, an angel card to go with that is new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer and meditation. Well, like all of us at the moment, because we've had this energetic shift, a lot of people who don't normally get psychic information are going to become more psychic, i.e. their gifts are opening. And for those of us who already have them, they'll still continue to grow. So, you know, new experiences will be coming for you. So that's for you. Yeah, that was for you, Empathic Chris. Now I'll just go back to the top. Just have a look. Thanks for all the birthday messages. Now Rachel, K Rachel or whatever. I don't know about you, love, but if you're very empathic, I have been feeling really crook in the last 2 days myself. I mean, double up pains, like I thought my appendix had burst type thing. Body aches, cracking when I walk, lower back, etc. So I was actually personally wondering if it was something to do with like the energies at the moment. Because often when that happens, I wonder if it's the connection to Mother Earth, because a lot of people can tune into that. So, and here, I don't know about where you all are, but here it's like rain is around. So when we get like that, so that's why I think it's connected to the earth. So for me, I think that could be what you're picking up. Yeah, okay, so now Dove Marie, this one's for you, love. Okay, so first of all starts off with the Sun, which is the best card. It's happiness, joy, love, just the best, bright, wonderful energy, so that's brilliant. The next one's some sort of confusion at the moment, not knowing which way to turn. Okay, so whether this is to do with male or female, I'm not sure, but there's definitely something that you're confused about, so don't make any decisions at the moment because you're not in the right mindset. You know, there's emotion around that. At work, you're doing a great job and you've got what you want, so there's something that you've wanted that you've actually achieved and people are saying you've done a great job. You're wanting balance or needing to create some sort of balance at the moment, and there's some sort of challenge that's coming up. Once you're over that challenge, things will be much more calm, and this, I mean, there appears no more challenges after this major one at the moment, so, you know, whatever that is, you'll know. Go with your gut feeling on that. Your angel card is Daniel. I'm the angel of marriage and I'm assisting you right now. So that's lovely. So given that's Daniel, I'll just pick out 1, 2, 3 relationship cards. Okay, so the first one is separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings and passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay, so I hope that's got something in there for you. Okay, next person. Okay, so Alison, one for you, as in H-O-E-Y Alison. Okay, so the first card shows feeling like your hands are tied on something. So whatever situation you're in, you're feeling isolated or alone, you feel like things are just going to shit around, just gives them a language. This could be to do with love. Your guardian angels are around you, so they are supporting you in spirit, but you feel like you can't make a move and your hands are tied. There's something new coming up you want to try that's different, and you might feel foolish about it, but try, because, you know, it's growth no matter what. There's some sort of judgment card, so you've sort of managed everything thus far, but there's a little way to go. Things aren't black and white to a brighter future. The hope card comes up next, so you've kept all the rubbish, you know, you've had all these battles and your guardian angel has been protecting you there, and now you're just exhausted. So there's exhaustion and moving forward from that. Now's the time to, you know, it shows the Ace of Wands, which is the beginning of this new energy that's like ferocious and it's going to come up, and you know, be in charge of your own stuff, basically. World's in your hand, and you will get what you want, type of thing. Angel card. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain. Alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So basically, I think I'm still here. Okay, so this is saying unstable connection again, of course. Bloody thing. Excuse my language. I'm not sure if you got that reading, love. I'll do it again just in case, real quick. So that was feeling isolated, standing, feeling like your hands are tied. Guardian angels are around you. They are supporting you. Something new is coming along that you might feel foolish about, but you'll try it anyway. It's growth. Judgment card. There's a feeling of judgment somehow, but you're, you know, wearing your battle armour. A little way to go. Things aren't black and white, but there is a brighter future. The hope card comes up next. So you're exhausted, but you've had lots of battles. You're now being asked to let this sort of like ferocious energy through and move forward, but being in charge of your own matters, you know, like not letting other people sort out what's, you know, you want, sort of thing. Now, the Layla card talks about spending time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions, and asking the angels to help you. So that, of course, with angels, we've got to ask. If you don't ask, they can't step in and help. So that was for you, love. Oh, thank you. That painting behind me, someone's saying the house looks beautiful. Well, this is actually my reading room, and normally I'll have my table, you know, this way under some really lovely curtains, which are orange and gold sparkly, whatever. Anyway, you'll probably see a picture in all my little posts there. I've got a picture of my reading table, but I've changed it for this scenario. That's a painting I painted behind me. It's it's an Aboriginal site, like a spiritual sacred site. So, yeah, and that side I've got a cupboard full of crystals and jewellery, because I sell that as well on eBay and whatever, so thank you. Okay, so Shannon, this is for you, love. So, let's have a look. Five of Wands. There's some sort of battle going on for something here. Could be a job, but there's someone and you are battling for something. The Nine of Pentacles shows you're comfortable, you have what you need, and lots of growth around you, so that's great. There's a Queen of Cups here, so this is a woman who's very mystical, into esoteric types of things, healer maybe, love. So whether this is you or someone else, only you know that, but this is a queen, so, you know, she's, you know, a powerful sort of figure. The next card's the Ace of Pentacles, which is the beginning of a job or, you know, a new venture that might bring in money. The next card shows the Three of Pentacles, so you're having offers, you're receiving offers. So if, you know, if you were starting a business, for example, maybe there's a couple of bank offers, or maybe there's some offers for something you're selling. You know, maybe if that's representational of selling a business even, but whatever, there's some sort of monetary offer there, more than one. Walking away from what's been a very sort of, you know, tumultuous life, covered in your spiritual connections, protection. And then there's some sort of travel over water. It shows two dolphins, you know, off you go. And the ship, because they're wands, I often see that as either work. So it's either work or where you put your passion. So it's either to do with work or just, you know, a holiday, something you might be passionate about. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the angel card they're getting me to pull for you is I'm the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. So that's the thing. Having faith enables them to manifest the money, you know, the blessing, the miracle. Because sometimes when we try and tell God how we want to receive it, they're much more creative than we are. So it sometimes actually stops that from happening. So that's for you. Thanks, Dove. Chris, I won't repeat it. If it actually took, I post these to my YouTube channel, so you can watch that back after, because I've already put the cards back in there now. So go back and watch it, and if I missed it, like if the computer wasn't working properly, send me a message and I'll do a little one for you after. No, there's no list, it's just whoever I see. So, you know, obviously not everyone will receive one. It just depends who I see when I look up, sort of thing, love. So if you're lucky, you get one, and if not, you wait for the next feed, or I do them, someone, hang on, I'm just reading something. Yeah. So just watch it back, Chris. It should have been taped. Yeah, anyway, so it's not a list as such, it's whoever I see. Okay, so who knows? I mean, one live stream, not the last one, I had 270 people on it. The one before that was 2,000, whatever, 300. So you can imagine if you've got that many people asking for readings, it's not humanly possible in an hour to do everybody. So, you know, that's just the reality of it. But, you know, I do paid readings, so if anyone wanted one, you know where to find me. Just go to the message section. Okay, so who knows? This is for you, love. There's a strength card here. This person, so if this is you, you've got control over something that's been an issue. There's been quite a few battles regards to this, arguments. It's been, you know, like it's not been easy, but you've got control over it. The next card shows, once again, there's been someone who's wanted something that you've got, whether it's in a job or something, but because wands I often see as work or wherever you put passion, so whatever, there's been someone that you've been battling with. There's a couple here, so whether this is you and a partner, I feel like this is you and a partner, so there's a female and a male, king and a queen, and then there's the justice card, so there may be some legal issue with this person that needs to be sorted. I'll just have a look in the life path cards. Oops. And the relationship cards. Okay, so the life path card says your life purpose fully supports you. So whatever it is you're doing, this is just saying that they, the angels, are supporting you, and whatever the life path is that you're on will actually support you. So, you know, for me it could be something like reading cards, you know, whatever it is that you feel comfortable doing, that's a clue as per what you should be doing. So very soon it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So once again, put into the forefront of your mind what you want in your life, and then that's what the angels can manifest. Because if we don't put anything out there, nothing changes, and I've done that for years and years. I never thought to do that, you know. Okay, so, there's a question here. Do you think stones hold power and are beneficial to have? Yes, I do. I love crystals. My mum and dad have huge collections. Dad was an opal miner and he used to crystal hunt. Yes, I do, and another reason I also think that is because in my latest healing work that I've been doing when I do hands-on, I've been guided to, in my mind, place crystals energetically in my mind in different corners on the people when I do the work, So once upon a time, of course, you'd put crystals under the table. You can put them on, you know, the body, or, you know, I used to walk around and have different crystals in my bras, and, you know, I'll be told, you know, we want, like with jewellery and stuff like that, because naturally, for someone like me, when you're empathic and you've got a lot of energy working through you, sometimes you need clothing that's loose, you know, so energy can get up round when you're doing things. Certain days, and colour therapy as well is really important. Certain days I'd be like, don't wear this, wear that. Don't wear this jewellery, wear that. So the angels know that information. I consciously don't know it. I mean, I've got books on all this stuff, but one human can't remember everything. So I just follow my guidance. They know what I need. So for example, you know, I've had bouts of cancer, so this is a smoky quartz, and smoky quartz is okay for healing cancer. So yes, definitely. But what I would also tell you is, don't worry about things like the cost of something. Whatever you're drawn to. So whatever you're drawn to, that's what your body needs. And also, crystals can suck in energy. So if you don't clean them, and even if you do, once they've sucked in a lot of negative energy, they can actually explode. And, you know, they've done their job basically. But yeah, so I'd say yes, they are beneficial, and just go with your gut. Whatever you find that you think's right for you, that's right for you. Okay, so Nancy, one for you. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, you know, ask away. Doesn't have to be a reading. I sort of ask people to put questions either on TikTok or, you know, wherever, so it gives me an idea of what people want me to talk about, because, you know, sometimes you know a lot of information, but you don't know what people want to know, you know. Okay, so, Nancy. First card, time for a getaway or retreat, as in, you know, working on yourself. At the very minimum, it could mean a medical procedure, but you need sort of to give back to yourself at the moment. There's the death cards next, which doesn't necessarily mean a death, but something has ended, but that, you know, that means now you can have a much brighter future. The Queen of Swords could be a psychologist or a lawyer or someone, a professional, you know, doctor, whatever. So, I mean, if that was a medical procedure, or even a needing to get away and see a psychologist, and I've been back and forth with those for years, you know, domestically violated and all that sort of thing, sexual abuse as a child, so, you know, there's always something there to have to deal with. So yeah, Queen of Swords, so that's a professional person. Now, it's walking away from something that you've loved and feeling depressed about it, which is a normal psychological response. I've also done a Bachelor of Psychology, so I did that for many years. Guides are watching over you, but there's something that you love that you've had to walk away from. So there's movement into a more mature stage now, and things aren't black and white, and there could be some sort of travel plans that might go awry. So there might be some sort of hiccups, you know, delays, but, you know, you'll know what that is, but that's the message from them. Now, angel card wise, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So once again, as I say, whatever you want, put into the forefront of your mind. And then, you know, they can't manifest the desires of your heart if you don't put anything out there. So only focus on the good, because I know for myself, I did that for many years. If you only focus on the bad stuff, which as a human, a lot of us do that anyway, we're sort of conditioned to focus on the scary stuff. But when you do that, you're placing that in the forefront of your mind, and then you bring more of it in. So that's not good. Don't worry about my dog. He sits under my table here. I've got my granny slippers on. My daughter gave me some slippers. So I don't know if you can see them. Got my little sparkly slippers on. And he sits down on top of my feet. So if you hear him bark, just ignore it. So Rebecca Kaboom. Get down, Dibbity. I don't know if you can see him or not. Hang on, where is he? No. No, you're just going to have to get down, darling. so Rebecca. Okay, so Rebecca, Candy. Okay, at work, you are also being supported at the moment, saying that you've done a great job. So whatever it is that you wanted in that situation or in any particular situation where you've put your energy, you've actually attained what you wanted. The next one is feeling isolated and sort of, it's like, the feeling I get is like, it's as if you wanted a partner or you want something, but you haven't got it yet. You feel like you're on your own. Family and friends are around you and they're giving you your love and giving you love and support, but it's not exactly what you actually want. So, you know, there's just that feeling of, you know, what about me sort of thing. Guardian angel is completely around you. He's got his bow in his hand, so whether there's someone he's sorting out for you, I don't know, but your guides are watching over you. At this point, you're also going to be getting this huge rush of new energy, and I think everyone should be getting that now because we've had this energetic shift with the planet. A lot of us now are tuning into our actual life path, and a lot of people are meeting up with their twin flames. So soulmates are like, could be kids, could be friends, whatever. Twin flames is the other half. So a lot of people now are sort of moving into the areas they came here for and meeting up with their other halves as such. So the world's in your grasp, you know, your strength and all of your leadership qualities are about to come out. Next card also, there's the judgment card for you. So whether you felt judged or you're judging someone else, but whatever, it's okay to make... I tell my kids, it's not so much like I've got a 26 and a 29-year-old. It's okay to, and don't use the word judgment, but assess. You know, you assess a situation. You sort of make an assessment of a person energetically, and if they're not a match, then you don't go there, you know, simple as that. So there's that sort of feeling, and then there's something new that you're going to try that'll bring about growth, and that's great. So whatever it is, you'll know when it comes up. In terms of an angel card for you, it's a starer. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So don't accept less than you really deserve. And a lot of people, you know, myself included in the past, do that. You know, you go, oh, well, that's not exactly gonna, you know, rock my world, but I'll deal with, you know, I'll have that. But no, you hang off for what you deserve. Okay, Tracy. Okay, Tracy. And what happens with this thing also is when you've got a lot of people on here, the messages build up and then it just goes bloop. And so it's sort of really hard to read a whole heap flushing up. So for Tracy, first of all, we have a choice. So it's a lover's card of choice. And with this, it doesn't have to be necessarily two people, right? It could be a choice in anything. So there's a choice to be made, but look at the fine print, look into it, because this card sort of warns of, you know, like maybe you pick one choice and you haven't really researched it enough. So thanks for the flowers, guys. They're pretty. Yeah, so really look into whatever choice you're going to make. Look into the background of whatever, or into each option. Okay, so the next card shows a situation where whatever inner pain you've had has come out or is coming out. I see a couple where, so whether this is parents or you and another person have had arguments and there's pain from that. Feeling a bit more like it could be parents, so it could be childhood trauma or whatever, but that's going to come out, and once that's out, that can be healed. So I mean, it's not a very pleasant process. I've been doing it for the last 30 years consciously. Next one, Page of Wands. So there's some sort of movement in terms of a job, so whether you're moving to a different job or there's a job coming up, but there's definitely movement there. The Empress is a card about cycles, so women know and understand that life, you know, works in cycles. often cycles, well, they used to be, I don't know about now, the energy's changed, but was 7-year cycles sort of thing. It could be pregnancy, so it's a birthing of something. So whether it's an idea or a business or a child, there's a birthing of something. You also have this holiday type going over water for something card, which is lovely. And that could be to do with work. Okay, so just telling me to pull out life path card. Okay. So the first one's writing. You heal, inspire, teach and entertain with words you write. So that's cool. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. And leadership. Take charge of this situation. So I mean, it sounds like you could easily lead other people and using writing as a way to teach or entertain. So consider what options there are in terms of that type of work and see what you find you're drawn to, because I sort of feel like when something is something we're meant to do, it's easy to follow that path. When there are constant blocks in the way, then I think that's the universe trying to, you know, redirect us because it's not really where we're meant to be going. So, okay, so now Marie, you know who you are. Okay, so Marie. So your first card here shows the Nine of Pentacles. So basically it's saying you have, you know, you're comfortable, you're in a comfortable home, work's comfortable, money-wise you're comfortable. So, you know, you're not lacking anything. There's lots of growth around you and fruit, which, you know, abundance. And it doesn't have to be monetary abundance either. Now, the next card shows some sort of contracts in the background there, whether that's something you're aware of yet or not, because it's sort of shadowed there. But it's money in, money out, and just this sense of not being sure about something. The next card talks about loving yourself more. So the more you love yourself, the less crap you'll actually accept, but definitely loving yourself more. You have the strength to cope with whatever's been happening, and you have had a lot of battles around you at the moment, or have had. Money in, money out once again. So this could be a new job or traineeship, so something new you're learning. But definitely hard work and money in, money out, which I think most of us live that way. And then the last card shows the Ten of Pentacles, which is the happy family. So, I mean, if you've got a happy family, you've got everything really, because, you know, that will help you get through anything, in my opinion. Mind you, not all of us have them, but, you know, that's the work. Sometimes the family really is where you have the most soul growth to do, you know, and that's why we've chosen them as family. Okay, so this angel card says you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. So there you go. So that's for you, Dom. So that was Marie. That's okay. Zibby. Okay, so Dylan Wheeler. Zibby. He's got a toy on the floor cracking at me. Off you go. He's like, Mum, what are you doing? You're supposed to be playing with me. You come up here for a sec? Can you come here for a sec? No, you don't. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so Dylan, we have the Magician's the first card, which means you're at a crossroads in your life at the moment. So now you have to start taking notice of the psychic awareness that you have. So, you know, if you get little gut feelings or hints, or you see something on the TV more than once, or hear a song, or hear a conversation, you know, see a book or a show or whatever, more than once, 2 or 3 times, it's definitely a message. So you start pulling that together, but you're definitely at a crossroads, so you've got a choice to make there. Then it shows a male, so whether this is you or someone around you. So there's definitely a male. The Hanged Man is a time of waiting. So that's that sense of, oh my God, you know, is this ever going to happen? And wait. But, you know, things don't happen until everyone's in alignment for the best outcome for everybody. It's probably spent most of my life there. It's annoying, but that's it. This Death card keeps coming up a lot. So the Death card comes up next. So something's definitely ending. You know, brighter future for sure. Because, I mean, if you look at the card, you've got, you know, family and friend offering their support. You know, the Darth Vader person represents the ending of whatever, but then if you look in the background, that's the future. So it's a much brighter future. So, you know, that's just part of life. We can't start one, you know, a new cycle till the old one's finished, you know. Same with partners. If we have a partner, we want a new partner, one has to end before another can start, because things get too complicated. Energies get, you know, mixed up and combined, and it's not good for anyone. So the Eight of Cups, walking away from something that you love, feeling depressed about that, and also moving forward in general, and moving into more of a stage of maturity, which is great. And you know, there's all sorts of different stages as you go through life. You know, your teen years, your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. Each one's sort of different, you know. And when you're in one particular one, you can't imagine the next one. But we all go through those things, you know. So the time is right now for a new venture. So a happy outcome follows your positive expectations. So once again, be positive. Hang on, and they're just telling me to pull out a career path. Okay, so make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So time to decide. So maybe that's relevant to the crossroads one. There's something that you need to decide to change your path. And justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So maybe, you know, a job in justice, something related to justice, you know. And you'll know what that is. Okay. So that's you. How you going, Tracy? Okay, so let's get on there. Cool. So if everybody likes this, it's saying it attracts more viewers. Anyone else there watching that wants a reading that I might have missed? Trying to go through. Did I do one for Shannon? Shannon Fulcher? Oh, hang on, who's that? Don't mind me just going through them. Okay, so are you still there? Empathic, Chris, are you still there? Oh, hang on. Perfect lover reading, Marie. Marie 1, I did your reading, love. I don't know if you heard it. So Anna C. Sugar. Okay. There's a question mark at the start of it, so I'm not sure what that means. Anna C. Sugar, anyway. And when I pick cards out, basically I'm guiding which ones to pull out. So basically you get, pick out the first one, the third one, whatever, or just, whatever I get told I do. So it's, they're directed by spirit. Okay, so first card. So this is Anna C. Sugar. First card shows the moon, which is confusion. So there's a lot of emotion around at the moment and not sure which way to turn, but definite confusion. Don't make any choices right now. You're not in the right mindset for that. The following card is the devil. So there may be some sort of, overdoing something. So whether it could be drinking or, whatever this thing is. I mean, for me back in the day, it would have been, too much credit card debt, etc. But something that, you might do just to cheer yourself up that might be just getting too much. It also has another meaning whereby it's saying that you're a normal, natural person, it's okay, and you can love yourself as you are, so only you know which one applies. The next card is judgment, so if you're feeling judged or there's some sort of situation that's about judgment and you've had a lot of people come up and have a go at you, there's a little way to go to a brighter future. Things aren't black and white, and nothing is. At work or in a situation at the moment, whatever it is you've wanted, you've successfully got it, and your peers or family are saying you've done a great job. There's some situation at the moment where you feel your hands are tied and you're feeling isolated and that life's sort of quite hellish around you, but you just feel like you can't make a move on something. The following card is a Knight of Wands, so whether it's relative to a male or wands to me can also indicate like work or something, like I said, where you put your passion. So by saying that's where you put your energy. So there's something there. So whether it's a male but there's definitely movement there. I'm getting told to pull out relationship cards. Getting to know each other. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And that's what intimacy is basically to me. It's when you can open yourself up. Someone can't open themselves up to you. There's no point because, you're just talking at each other. Other than that. Now, retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So that's, go into nature, get away. I mean, even if you shut the door and don't let anyone visit or something like that, same thing. Release your ex. It's time, or the time has come to clear your energy. Now, I know what this is like. I've been engaged 4 times, married, divorced once, and it's like, as I said before, unless you release something, let something go and make room for something, there's no room for a new thing to come in. So release your ex, and you can do that by, I know one time for me, my ex-husband, because there was a real strong connection there, we'd had a couple of lives together, I basically said to my guardian angel to go to his guardian angel and say to him, I release you now, I need to move forward. Imagined an umbilical cord going from me to him, cutting that cord, and I had to use in my mind an electric chainsaw. And it's funny because he never used to get sick. He had a problem with what do you call it when you regurgitate stuff, so he could never vomit. And then I heard on the grapevine that he'd actually vomited, and I thought, oh my God, he got that energetically, and I was really surprised. But, do it as many times as you need to, but you've got to sort of, even if you feel like you can't do it, if you ask the angels to help you, then you're putting out that desire, so that will start to happen, And sometimes it's a process. It doesn't happen straight away. It happens over a period of time. But once you are free from that, right, you've freed yourself, which is the next card, free yourself. So it's time to take back control of your life. And mine was a stalker and an emotional abuser. So, even now, I mean, I'm on a very small amount of antidepressant because for 10 years it was nasty, nasty World War III, children involved. And then it wasn't really until our daughter, left home at 19 that I had any sort of remote feelings of peace. So 19 years is a long time, you know, to be in that situation. So, okay, so that's for you, love. Now, SF Baby. Okay. Okay. So, SF Baby. Okay, so for you. Okay, so at work, you're doing a great job, right? You're being heralded and sort of acknowledged for your work. You've got the King of Cups is another card, which is a male. He could be romantic or musical or artsy, might be moody, you know, that type of person, romantic, but there's a male around you. The Empress could be the birth of an idea, a job, a child. Well, it's birthing something new, and you know, it's the female card basically. The next card talks about something where, okay, so it looks like there's been some sort of arguments and pain from a relationship, but now's time to let that out, and once you let that out you can heal it, because anything we store in our body, I mean, it's why I've had so many health issues in my life, apart from being an empath and picking every man of his dog up. You know, when you're constantly pumping cortisone and the flight, you know, feeling and stress, it does terrible things to your body. So the more you can release, the better it is for you. So, you know, there are people, I mean, I do healing work where when people come, I ask the universe, can you hear my dog down there? Sibby, get out of it. This is his poo bed. Get out of it. Anyway, he'll probably be back in a minute. Yeah, so anything you can release. And what I say to people also is the more you release in this life, you don't have to bring it back in the next life if you choose to come back again, because we choose it all. So the more you can do now, it has an effect. Like when I do healing work on people, it's in all directions of time. So what you heal now is actually going to help you now, your future lives and your past lives. So anything you can sort of deal with now is better for you. Now the next card is the Lover's card. So there's a choice. So whether this is Zibby, whether there's a choice, oh, actually you can see him in the background and through the mirror on the floor. Can you see him? He's got old Pooh Bear. He's probably going to hump it in a minute. Anyway, yeah, so there's a choice between someone, romantically it looks like, so just be careful who you choose. Ace of Pentacles, a new business or something new you want to try regards to money. And the Queen of Cups, so if this is you or someone around you, mystical sort of woman, into the esoteric, you know, interests, you know, very strong psychic sort of person. So that's that. Okay, so I'll pull out a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the 2 relationship cards. Forgiving and learning. So as you release and heal, so this will be back to releasing the past partner. So as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And that's true because you're not comparing everything. You're not having, because I have reactions, you know, I was stalked for a very long time, years and years, 10 years, and it's like, you know, I couldn't handle anyone walking over my shoulder. I ended up with phobias and all sorts of things. You know, so I was basically agoraphobia for 10 years. I feel like that took 10 years out of my life, you know. So now I'm okay, but in that it was hell, you know. So the more you can release and deal with on a conscious level, and like I said, I've done a Bachelor of Psychology now as well, the more you understand, you know, the easier it is for you to move on. The next card is engagement. So your love of life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So that's wonderful. So if you have got a partner or there's someone coming, it's showing an engagement. So that's lovely. Don't be like me and get engaged 4 times. Okay, so Miss Mealy, can I please have a reading? Miss. Okay, so Miss Mealy, this is for you, love. Okay, first card's Page of Cups. So this is talking about loving yourself more. And so this, so sort of like when people get this, it's like start to love yourself and have like the greatest love relationship you can have is with yourself, really. Because if you do not love yourself, no one else will. And that's my problem. I used to think, I was a piece of crap and blah, blah, blah. So, the more you love yourself, the less rubbish you'll accept from other people. And you'll radiate at a different vibration and then attract, because we attract what we think about ourselves and what we think we deserve. So if it's not on a very high level, we're not going to be attracting the right sort of energy to keep moving. So the next card is a Strength card. So of course, whatever's been going on, you've had the strength to cope with that. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is the Happy Family card. So, hopefully that's saying that you have a supportive family around you. There's a happy family. There's a couple around you here. So whether this is you're part of this couple or there's a couple around you that are very supportive and loving. So that might be your happy family. Now there's some sort of monetary offer that's going to come up and you're not sure whether to take it or not, but there'll be some sort of offer. Also now the Sun God is saying to you, choose the next thing. So to move forward now, you need to start choosing what it is you want. Okay, so you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So that's your angel message for today, which is lovely. And, quite frankly, I always seem to attract, because I sort of was told I do like higher work on people that do this themselves. So if, people want blocks removed or past lives removed or whatever, I sort of do a lot of soul work. So it's not surprising when people come to see me. I know that they're already very psychically aware people and, just sort of sometimes share with them what they might be missing, because, like I said, like attracts like. So we'll sort of attract each other, Now, SF Baby, did I do one for you? Yeah, I did. Okay. Now, I see names coming up that I did. Okay. Love a reading, please. Here you go, Maggie. Now, Miss Mealy 90. I thought I did one for you. I think what's happening is this is cutting in and out. Okay, I've just seen something here. Tanya? Yes. All I'm getting is yes. Okay, so Miss Mealy. Oh, okay, I get it. So that's the question box. That's the question. Okay. See, I'm new to this. I haven't done this for very long, and I'm on this little older phone at the moment because my new phone, well, my newer phone, the most modern phone, I had blew up. I took it to my ex-husband to replace, the screen in it, and of course he blew it up. And, as I said, even though we've had, like, the history that we've had, I've got to a point where, we've forgiven each other and moved on and whatever. And he did this sort of work, but I'm like, it's okay, no worries, but I haven't had a chance to buy a new phone yet. So this little one, what it usually does, it's not syncing properly, but it's also gets really hot, then it'll just stop. So it's a real pain in the bum, but anyway. But I'm only just starting to get to know, and I've only just joined Instagram, and I'm not sure if you need so many people on there or not to actually go live on there, but on there you can share sort of like photos, where here it's just little videos. You can share photos on there as well, so I've got a lot of artwork that I've done that's nice to share. So anyway, so Miss Amelie, yeah, okay, so Now this here shows either a work situation or working around or with someone who doesn't want to share resources. So they're holding the money to their chest. They're not wanting to share. So, you know, it's a time of hard work and you're just, you know, quite lovingly working your way through whatever it is you're doing. You're, you know, no threat whatsoever, but this other person perceives you as a threat. Now there's walking away from some sort of love situation or something that you love doing. So it could be something you love doing, could be a job, could be whatever, doesn't have to be a person, but walking away, and of course a bit of depression follows, which is, you know, psychologically quite normal response, but if you stay there too long, seek help. I've had all the different sorts of depressions you can imagine. So the Hierophant is the next card. So there's contracts to be signed. So whether this, and he's in sort of like, you know, see how he's inside that little cave. So whether it's come up yet or not, I don't know, but it's definitely some contracts. You're wanting peace, you're wanting things to be more authentic, which is, like I said, because we've had this energetic change, that's what's happening for more people. They're not just putting up with things anymore. They want authenticity, which, you know, really that's the best thing you can be, authentic. If you can't be authentic, there's no point. So 3 of Wands. So there's some sort of offer from somebody. So whether it's a boss and there's some sort of job, there's an offer there, and not sure if you want to take it or not. So we'll have a look at the career paths. So the career path here shows you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So I don't know if you're interested in doing readings for other people, that type of thing also, but that's that card. Now the relationship card I'm being told to pull is a wedding. So this situation involves marriage and unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So whether that means in a marriage at the moment, and that might have been what that was talking, like walking away from something that you loved, because you can love someone but not be the right person, and you can love someone with passion and it not, you know, like you just don't want to be, say, married to an alcoholic or whatever, narcissist, whatever, you know, so you're choosing to walk away. But the unrequited love means it's just not enough attraction or chemistry to keep it going, so there's no point. And what happens often is people who are, you know, on this sort of energetic path, when you start raising your energy level and you're vibrating at a different level, right? Because we're all energy, we're all vibrations. So if you're with someone who doesn't grow and you do, you know, you're missing. There's nothing to share. And that happens with friends as well as partners. So, you know, you sort of, I mean, it can be a real pain in the bum, but we choose before we come here who we partner and what challenges we're going to experience next. So, you know, just be true to yourself and honour yourself, and if it's not right, you move forward, you know. So that's for you, love. So is there anyone else that'd like a message? I've got 6 little things up there, so they must be messages, but I don't really know how to look at them. Just see your daughter well in your mind, because the greatest thing we can do for healing wise is our thoughts send energy to people. So if we think of them as in a certain way, like, you know, if there's someone in your family that's, you know, doing something you think's not good for them or whatever, and you focus on that, they'll do more of it because you're sending them that energy. If someone's sick, don't, like my sister used to be like, oh, you're going to die, Robin, and I used to think, for God's sake, don't send me that energy, just send me love, you know, or see me skipping around a field all happy, because pain's one thing, but like, you know, I mean, some of us can have a certain amount of pain and sort of get through it and we're still okay in ourselves, you know, and, you know, if people constantly project, because that's the thing, people project energy onto us and it's all sadness and, you know, just try and see the joy in everything, and that would be so good for her, you know. But yeah, God bless you, doll. Okay, so it's Stella. And it's funny because when cards come up over and over, you sort of think to yourself, and this is how energy works, people with very similar situations will be joining in because they know that the information will be pertinent to that situation, you know. I used to find I'd do group healings and I might have a list of 12 people or whatever I'd send healings off for, but I'd start picking up the pain as an empath before I did the healings, and everyone had sort of like the same condition, and I'd be like, oh my God, what's this, you know, and then you'd notice that everyone had the same condition. So it's probably very similar with this sort of thing. People are tuning in who have similar situations, you know. I mean, there's so many millions and millions and trillions and billions of people on the planet and 50 odd cards. So it just tells a general story, but it just might give you a heads up on something, you know. Okay, so, okay, it's Stella. First card, 7 of Cups. So there's some sort of heartfelt wish here. You're sort of praying for something. So there's something to do with love that you're praying for. And or maybe there's a few things. So maybe this angel is saying choose. Like, you know, we can say, you know, I need a new house, a car, whatever. You know, you got this whole list. Maybe just focus on one at a time, and then that is more easily manifested. So there's something there you're praying for. At the moment, there's the Hope card coming up saying that you're feeling exhausted at the moment, that, you know, you've had this difficult time, you've had arguments, your guardian angel's, you know, gone to battle for you, but you're exhausted. So, but also at this point now you can move forward and heal, so that's good. Also, everyone seems to be getting the the Ace of Wands, which is, you know, a surge of new energy and being in control of your own matters, you know, sort of being a leader, basically. Next card shows that you've taken on too much and you need to choose. And when I used to get this, it was because I was interested in so many different things that if I didn't just put my energy into one thing, then that dissipated everything. So, in other words, you're not going to get anywhere trying to do 5 things with the same amount of energy as you would putting it all into one thing. So this is saying choose now, choose one path. The 8 of Pentacles mean there could be some trainee or new job or something coming up, something different. Lots of work, but that will bring in money. King of Swords is a legal... Well, I see this as a lawyer. So, I mean, this could be a lawyer or a bank manager or, you know, if it's a male, because King of Swords is still a male, it's someone who's very icy and not very pleasant. But, you know, a professional sort of person. But other than that, I usually see that as a lawyer or a banker. Now, the 5 of Cups talks about some sort of past betrayal. So there's, you know, someone's run off and because there's been something that whether it happened or not, it was enough to break up this connection. So there's been a loss of emotion and love, you know, like feelings of love. Now, relationship-wise, now it's saying trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So these are relationship cards. Now, calling in your soulmate. So your prayers, so maybe that was the first card with the praying. Your prayers, affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. So put out there what you want, and don't be too restrictive, because you can cut off things that, you know, there could be something out there for you and you take one look and go, hell no. But, you know, you've got to just sort of be open. Pay attention to the red flags. So the signs are cautioning you. So if there is someone around you that you're sort of thinking about, but there might be some warning signs there, listen and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So I suppose, you know, if you're not sure, don't. You know, I used to say to my girls, if in doubt, don't. If you don't want kids, don't have them, you know, and you don't have to marry someone if you don't want to, blah, blah, blah. So just go with your gut. So that was for It's Stella. Now, Taylor, yeah. Okay, so this has a couple at the start. Okay, so I feel like this could be you and a partner, right? Now, oh, what's this? Okay, so I feel like this is you and a partner. I feel like there's an actual move, so it looks like there could be a physical move somewhere. To me, I see that as like the ultimate partner card, like it's happy marriage, or you know, the perfect partner for you. There's a Wheel of Fortune, so this is karmic. So whatever this change is, it's karmic. So nothing could change it. It's meant to happen. And a new way of thinking is going to start coming in for you. New beliefs, new ways of thinking, which might bring about some arguments, because naturally when we change our behaviour and what we believe, etc., I mean, that can challenge other people around us. Because, you know, if you start to change and people are used to you a certain way and they don't have that same person there for them, a lot of people don't like that, but that's okay. Just be authentic. Now, the angel card for you is, or angel cards. Okay, so you're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you. So that would actually snap on the karmic card. The angels have asked, the angels have heard that you've asked for help, right? So now be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. And to make your decision, ask yourself which way takes you closer to your divine purpose or further away. So really, that is saying the angels have heard you, they're going to help you. You've just been through a cycle and it's been karmic, and call your angels in for comfort. And in your gut, which way do you feel most comfortable? Like if you had a choice of two things, is one making you feel more comfortable than the other one? And whichever one is the most comfortable is a good sign that that's your karmic path that takes you to what you're meant to be doing. So that's for you, Taylor. Now, let's have a look. Thank you. Now, Rebecca's saying, I feed off everyone's energy, it's draining. Same. It's not so much feeding, it's when you're empathic. Now, I don't know if anyone's, I found the book I was looking for the other day, The Empath's Got Survival Guide. If anyone who's an empath wants to buy that online, it's by Judith Orloff, MD. Judith Orloff, MD. It's fantastic. I've only read 2/3 of it, and it's like tick, 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 tick. Because like I said, I started getting really sick with picking up people's energy at the age of 5. And I had a regression once where this, you know, like went back in time in my mind, and hypnotic regression. And I, at the age of, 4? Just before I was 4, my grandfather died, and in that regression, I was talking to his soul. So he'd passed, and his soul was in the corner of the room, and I was sitting there talking to his soul. And he was sort of saying, Robyn, you have to hold the family together, blah, 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 you know. And, you know, so like I said, after that, at the age of 4 then, I presume, by the time I was 5, I was getting sick all the time. And yes, it is. So what you need to do then, I suppose, is cleanse your energy. I have lots of showers because you're taking the energy off physically. Change my clothes a fair bit, because if you go out into the public, or you go out, come home, it's like you walk into energy. So when you come home, chuck it off, put on loose fitting clothing, because that's not so restrictive on your energy. Usually when I do readings, I wear black, because black is sort of a colour that doesn't take in as much energy, you know, if you're doing, and I mean, you know, I suppose that's probably why priests used to wear black in the day, you know, back in the day. So crystals can cleanse your energy, clean food, you know, I mean, I eat too much junk food at times. I'm a diabetic now, so I have to be a bit more careful, but I see either go in phases. I eat clean or I don't, you know, I sort of, you get sick of it. But lots of water, you know, don't smoke or drink alcohol too much. Any sort of addictions can actually open you up to negative entities and energies. So, yeah, so just, you know, be aware of everything you ingest. And I actually have to say I like a lot of crime, watching that sort of thing, because I love psychology so much. I love watching, you know, serial killer documentaries, and then I have to go, Robyn, get away from that. You know, you've got to start watching something a bit more lighthearted. So, yeah. Okay, so... okay, did yours... Now, Hannah, I'm getting yes in my head, but who knows? I'm getting a yes, but, you know... time on the other side and time here is different. Time is a human construct. It's not over there, you know, like, I mean, I've been single for 25 years, and it's like, you know, every time I'd see a reader, I'd be like, oh, someone's coming up, and I'd think, oh, okay. And then, like, waiting. But then I've had crushes and love for people along the way, but not actual relationships. And I think that's in part because I was stalked and I have trust issues, etc. But, so there, you know, for them to hear someone ask for a time span, you know, we can have someone pass and they can be with us for bloody 90 years, you know, and to them it's nothing because they don't have time over there. So it's really hard, but I'll just say that I got a yes, so, yeah. Okay, so anyone else before I think I've got most everyone there, which is actually pretty good considering. Like I said, that time I had 2,700 people and it was a nightmare. So, anyone else? The last message I can see there is someone sending a like. Yeah, people do project, yes. Okay, so Rebecca Dawson. Okay, for Rebecca Dawson, okay, so for you, Rebecca, we've got the Nine of Pentacles to start, which is basically money means comfortable, and I don't mean, you know, you're throwing it around. So there's that sense of feeling comfortable and okay regards to that. In terms of work or something where you put your energy, it's feeling completely overburdened, too much work. What you want is so close, but you can't quite grab it, if you know what I mean. But you're exhausted, so you need to start delegating to other people to help. So this is the card. So see, you know, completely overrun with, you know, so many things. What is wanted in the pack, or what the idea of the pack is to attain the golden fleece. So it's just out of your reach there. So, and see the boat in the background sort of worn out, and, you know, so this is the feeling. It's just overcome with too much, worn out. So start delegating. Don't do everything yourself, because it's not possible to be everything to everyone. And sometimes in conversation you'll get the message, you know, whatever. The angels know often how I'll react and what I'll say. So there would have to be a message in there somewhere in regards to that. Now the next card is moving forward, but it could be some travel. There might be some delays in terms of that travel, and things aren't black and white. You know, you're sort of heading up into a more mature age now, or not age, but mindset, I suppose. But there could be some delays with that travel. Now there's some sort of feeling of there's a wish here to do with love also, but it's sort of maybe in the early stages, and or you're feeling still somewhat isolated, so you might not have that perfect partner or whatever around you, but your angels are around you at the moment, and they love you and they're looking out for you. And then the Temperance card is balance, wanting more balance in your life or needing more balance in your life, heart and mind sort of thing. And then the last card is the Sun, which a few people have had today, which is, you know, happiness, joy, fun, laughter, all the good stuff. So, I mean, that's great. And as I say to my girls, it's like life isn't just about having a partner. I said life is an adventure. You get out and do whatever you want to do and discover things, and, you know, you work through your challenges and your soul growth, and if anyone comes into your life that makes it better, that's great. But if it doesn't, that's not the whole point of you being here, you know. So the card that's come up is Patience, which I used to get all the time. I'd go and see readers and they'd say, you've got a P above your head. And I'd be like, oh, I don't really have much patience. But anyway, so this says, now is the time to learn, study and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. I was a student for about 17 years. I did, you know, fine arts degrees, pottery, I did computer, I ended up doing children's services for 4 years, Bachelor of Psychology, you name it, I tried it sort of thing, and also I wasn't well with it, as you know, so some things took me longer than most, but looking back, it was a really great time. So, and what I found is as you move along, everything you learn actually sort of, I think that we, you know, the path we're put on, whatever we gather in our little skills bag is what we need at the end point. So look into that. Maybe there's something you could be doing that, you know, will really make you feel good, you know. It's all learning. All right, well, I might leave it there, guys. Thanks for joining me. God bless you all. And what's a PR? Will I get a PR in Australia? I don't even know what a PR is. Does anyone know what a PR is? That's okay, Taylor. Yeah, get that book. That empath book is fantastic. My sister loaned it to me, actually. All right, anyway, God bless you all, and I'll see you later. Sorry the dog barked in the background. And, yeah, see you next time.